Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AUTOTRASH. This is an 18 advisory. There may be swearing or sexual references. I'm Roger.
And I'm
I'm
Matt.
Marcus.
Oh, Marcus jumped right in there. And I'm Matt.
Oh, that's why there was an earthquake, mate.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I'm Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Hello!
I haven't seen you for a while. I haven't seen him for a while, or me. Been away.
We've been away for a while, yes. Good couple of weeks.
And a holiday.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Today, I think Marcus is going to tell you what we'll be talking about because it's not an interview.
I know we're going to have a little bit of a special one today. I'm going to talk about something that's been quite recent, and it's combiners. I've chatted about the old G1 stuff, special teams, and see how it's referenced to the ones that have been released by third parties nowadays. What's been crazy with combiners?
That is true.
It mattered to me.
That is true. Ever since the old TFC's Devastator came about, it's...
Hercules.
Yeah.
Hercules. See, I said that 3 times.
Hercules. Ever since that guy came out, everyone's thought, oh, okay, looks like people like the old combiners. We'll just throw them out there.
Winning formula.
It's go back to the origins, the old G1 special teams, because that's where they're all seem to be based from.
Yep.
So let's rewind all the way back to 1985.
Insert Doctor Who theme.
My God, Matt's disappeared. He's now become a sperm. Roger has hair, and I'm thin. Oh my God! It's like Hot Tub Time Machine, but with Skype.
Oh.
What do you want, Doctor?
Stop holding that bloody chihuahua to the camera. Yeah,
I suppose we'll have to go back to the original combiner. It wasn't exactly special teams, but it was the original combiner. And I think we all know that he's green, he's purple, he merges for the kill, and he is
Devastator.
Oh yeah,
prepare for extermination.
The Hulk. No.
Why is Devastator not special teams?
Because he was built by the Decepticons on Earth before there was any even thought about combiners, really. For a special project, wasn't he?
All I know, he's 6 individual constructive vehicles that are awesome, and they're green, so I like green. I just didn't know. Beautiful. Piece of art. Green.
But first time I ever saw Devastator was the G1 movie, when all of a sudden Megatron says, "Oh, Constructicons, merge for the kill," and Carp had one, look! Devastator. And he seems to go, burp, 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 burp. Prepare for extermination. I thought that was awesome. Absolutely loved that. It was fantastic. Just watching him just tear apart all that city like it was nothing. Made the walls look like paper.
I actually seen that before I've seen Heavy Metal Wars.
Dear me. I never really, I will say now for the viewers, I Matt, didn't grow up with G1, so I know of what they look like in the cartoon. I have a vague idea what they look like in toy form, but I didn't get any of the toys. So when it comes to like Roger and Marcus's input of the toys, it will be from them. I won't be able to say anything. But
why not? Why wasn't you born around the time of G1? Why?
Because my parents were smart and didn't have me when they were young. That is why, Marcus.
That's a feeble excuse. G1 rules. The 80s were special.
The 80s were cheesy and camp. I grew up in the 90s. We had Batman the Animated Series and Beast Wars, for crying out loud.
Oops. Rock and roll.
Yes.
Like every era has.
God. Let's talk about Devastator. So then, we got 6 that combine into 1. So who we got? We got Scrapper, Hook, Bone Crusher, Longhaul, Mixmaster, and Scavenger. Rather lovely names. I love those names. I think they're cool. So
And they're green.
Yes, and we know they're green. Trying to think, what do they actually transform into? I can never really get the official term down. I know, like, Mixmaster's a cement truck. Long haul is the dump
cement mixer.
That's what it is, right? Cement mixer?
Yes.
That's what I said what Mixmaster is. Long haul is a dump truck.
A truck.
Dump truck's long haul. And
Yes.
hook is like a mobile crane. I can't remember the actual official names of the others.
Bulldozer and front loader.
What? Who are they? Was that Scrapper and Scavenger?
Bone Crusher is the bulldozer. Scrapper is the front loader.
Who was Scavenger?
Excavator. These are English terms, by the way. These are English terms.
Let's see.
But for you American listeners, I don't know if you heard just now, but I said they are construction vehicles, which is very applicable for you.
They're not. Americans aren't thick, Roger. I think they understand what we're saying.
Well, I put the voice on because I know they like your James Bond accent.
You keep telling.
So that makes you Miss Moneypenny, then.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Oh God, I'm our job.
True, sir.
God.
The ass off in a minute.
So Devastator, first combiner, clunky combiner, clumsy combiner.
Boy-wise, it didn't do anything. It was a statue that the arms you could position upward and they'd fall down.
Yeah.
Then it went on to special teams. One individual robot as the body and 4 interchangeable limbs. So, Matthew, you good man you, give us a list of the original special teams.
Right, so let's have a look at the Scramble City.
I do believe there was originally 4 of the special teams strokes Scramble City. The first release, that is.
The ones I can remember, which I'm pretty sure is, from what you're saying, is Bruticus.
Yay!
Defensor.
Yay!
Menasor.
Yay!
Hirion.
Yay! That's it.
I was going to say that.
No, because we've got another generation of stuff that comes just after that. So let's discuss those 4 first, because they're very special.
Right, go on then. So, who wants to discuss Bruticus? Bruticus.
Me, please, sir. Me, please.
Yes, so the fat child in the back. What would you like to say?
Oh, the fat child. Thank you, young lady. I must say, Bri looks nice tonight. Anywho, tank, jeep, armoured trucky missile launching carrying thing. That's the technical term, by the way, girls. There was a shuttle. I mean, that's not exactly military now, is it? And Vortex, which obviously was the helicopter. Which, yeah, is military. Yeah, they're all military vehicles. But how the hell is blast off a military vehicle? It's a shuttle.
He came out of nowhere, really, didn't he? He just
right,
stuck out like a sore thumb, sort of, when you think a jet, but yet somehow he worked with them.
Mind you, I suppose he patrolled outer space, keeping an eye on things. It was the eye in the sky.
Yeah, true. I believe...
I'll say it's one of the best of the... What we're talking about.
I was going to say...
What we're talking about? It's combiners, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously. See, I want to make sure that you know what we're talking about. I actually forgot.
How can you forget if you have this plan for ages?
I can...
Because I've been taken in the moment. Right, because he's an amazing toy. It's one of my favourites.
I will admit, he did look cool in the show. I mean, all I really know of Bruticus was Starscream built him. That's all I really know about the guy. That's all I know.
I don't think we should discuss origins, to be honest, because lots of people have controversy of the origins.
Oh, is there a different origin in the comic book?
There's quite a few. In the comics, it's created by something very different.
I just know a little bit about the cartoon, so I know that in the cartoon...
Should stick with the toys. Toys sounds good to me.
Yes, let's talk about the toys.
The toys is good. Yeah, Bruticus. That was one big military badass. Lots of guns, lots of military vehicles, did the job. The next one that came along.
Superior?
Yes. 5 jets. Concorde and 4 little ones.
Air raid, skydive, slingshot, and fireflight.
Ever man, so multi-talented.
I think the only name I like there is skydive. That's the only name I like about all them.
I actually had the set as a kid, the big box set. I don't know how I got it as a set, but I did. I threw the box away naturally because I was a kid.
What I liked about Superior, their leader Silverbolt was scared of heights.
Yeah, that was
Really?
Good.
Yes, and that's what I so much love about that character.
That's actually really funny.
Leader of an aerial assault team who's scared of heights.
My favourite was Air Raid. When I first seen him, I thought, oh, it's like a G1 Decepticon jet, but it's a black colour. Then when you got the toy in, it was like a third of the size. You're like, oh.
Yeah, but come on, you thought it was a Decepticon. It looked like a Decepticon.
Of course you did, didn't you? Everybody did until they got him.
And even then, when they got them, it still looked good.
But a great combiner, really was.
Nice and tall and lanky as well.
Very popular in America, more popular than over here, I reckon. That's why there were so many stories with him.
I suppose, yeah. I suppose Bruticus would have been very popular in America too.
Yeah.
Military vehicles, etc. It'd be nice if some of the viewers actually made comments about that. I'd like to know what was popular for them from whatever country of their origin.
That's a good idea.
So,
who was the most popular combiner? Yeah, that's a good idea.
But the idea of 5 jets coming together, all uniform, because it's 5 jets, nice.
In the air as well. Oh.
Yeah.
What else have we got? There's 2 more left before the next stage of...
Should we do the next Decepticon one, Matt?
Yes. Let's take a look at Menasor. So with Menasor here, we got 4 rather sporty vehicles in form of Dragstrip, Dead End, Wild Rider, and Breakdown. Although when it comes to those sort of vehicles, the only one I sort of remembered was one looked a lot like a Formula 1 car, and the rest just looked very generic sports car-ish. But yet you had one...
Motormaster, he doesn't look like a sports car, does he?
No, he doesn't. Motormaster's basically a black Optimus Prime. so that's the way I can really describe it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a bit weird. It didn't really look like he fit them, but all of a sudden, but then when it all combined up, he did. It worked somehow. I mean, I
suppose in a way, it's one of those articulated trucks that carry all the spare parts for race cars. I think that was the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true there.
He was Motormaster was my favourite as a kid. I remember getting the toy and thinking, that is fucking epic. It's exactly like, to me, it was exactly like how the cartoon should have been, except he had that bit behind the back of his head when he shouldn't have had that, he should just have his head there. But, great toy. He really was one of my favourites.
Come on, all kids love cars.
Of course they do.
Fast, awesome cars. And a truck.
Decepticon cars, evil cars. Spot on.
And guys, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Finally, of the first 4, who we got left? We've got, is it Defensor, I do believe?
We do have Defensor, yes. Let's have a look. Defensor was odd one. We had a police car, a helicopter, or looked like a rescue helicopter, more like a police motorbike, a ambulance, and a fire truck.
Hotspot.
It was a rescue bot, wasn't it? As in Defensor?
Yes.
And the only combiner out of the first 4, or if I'm not mistaken, out of all of them, that had its head still as part of the main body.
That's right.
It wasn't an add-on piece, it was already there.
It was underneath the fire ladder.
Yes. I loved that. I love Defensor. I really do. I thought it was an amazing toy.
I loved it. I loved Hotspot being the blue fire engine.
And I liked First Aid being a leg. And Streetwise being the arm. That was my thing, though.
And I love Blaze in the Action Force crossover.
Yes.
Matt, that's before your time, and you just don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm sitting here like,
Don't worry, your time will come.
Yay!
We got the next stage, wasn't it? You know, we've had the first 4 that really was important. I mean, Devastator wasn't that important compared to these ones because these ones were interchangeable. You could have parts of Menasor on Defensor and Superior, you could mix and match, and that was the fun factor.
The standard recipe.
Yeah, and all the bases, all the the main torsos had how many modes? A torso mode, a robot mode, a vehicle mode, and a base.
With the base being able to combine to Triptychon or Metroplex.
Yes, and that's what made it more fun.
I never
was amazing.
I never knew they could combine with Metroplex and Triptychon.
I've got a board and I've never done it, Matt. I know they do, but I've never done it. I've never combined
Even the limbs can combine with G1 Metroplex.
Why?
He's got the ports on his arms and his knees to do so.
Like Super Metroplex, it says so in the instructions. The G1 instructions are in there.
Was that ever in the show? Did they do that in the show?
No.
Just for the toys?
Yeah.
But what's the purpose behind it?
Fun.
Does it actually improve the look of them in any great deal, or?
Oh, well, he looks nice with the aerial bots on his arms and legs, I suppose.
Having the base modes attached to him to make Metroplex look like a bigger city, or Triptychon to look even more massive.
Yeah.
It was the fun factor. There were play sets that turned into toys, that turned into action vehicles, that turned into awesomeness.
That's right, and awesomeness was the word at the time because everybody wanted them.
80s, everybody was awesome.
When combiners come along, everybody was like, hello. Oh, please. Marcus will tell you that. Some of them were short stocked in the shop, so you could find all the limbs, but to find like Hotspot or Motormaster, if you've seen it on that day, you had to buy it, otherwise it wouldn't be there. They were gone.
That rare, were they?
But mums and dads were always looking for that one piece in 5. And if they'd seen it, they knew they had to get it there and then.
Blimey.
I bet there's many a child that had a 3-limbed Biner. Wanted that one arm. Usually it was drag strip, really. But
I personally think that people had a lot of cross combiners where they had like aerial bot Stunticons on an onslaught body or a silver bolt body and body and all that. You know, I think they're just cross combined.
That's what I liked about them. You could actually make your own Frankensteins.
Yeah.
What was the next slot we had? We had Computron, didn't we?
I believe it was three of them. We had I think it was Abominus, Computron, and Piranacon.
Next.
Wait a minute, we have Predaking.
Predaking's next, yes.
Well, that's not exactly Scramble City per se, is it? Really?
Not really, but I suppose you could really attach the limbs to them.
Well, you could swap the arms round.
And the legs.
I like
not the legs.
I think Predaking of all the G1 combiners, Predaking is my favourite. He just looks
big, he's bulky, he's powerful.
He just looks so different compared to everything else. Like compared to all the other combiners, he looks so different. Just stands out to me. I just love him.
I personally think that Predaking came along to combat the Dinobots for their popularity. They ran
Beast versus Beast, yeah.
Fair point. It could be.
What we got? One as well. Let's be honest, the Dinobots are fantastic toys and they did everything fun-wise, but Predaking just had that little bit of magic, didn't they? It wasn't just like 5 animals that turned into robots. It was 5 animals that turned into robots that turned into something that you would call Sir. Have ultimate respect for.
The ultimate warrior. How's he supposed to be?
A hunting, killing beast.
That's right.
So, what are the members? We got 5 Decepticons who call themselves the Predacons. We have Dive Bomb, the Eagle. Headstrong, the Rhinoceros. Rampage, the Tiger. Tantrum, the Bull, or Bison, whichever one you want to call it. I think it's more of a bull. And Razorclaw, the Lion. And Oh Good Lord.
The biscuit fetcher.
Exactly. And Oh Good Lord, just big, massive cannons on the back. Fuck off sword. Got giant set of wings on him.
And a big rivalry with the Dinobots. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the characters had a very severe history. Dive Bomb and Swoop. Because Swoop originally used to be called Dive Bomb. and Predacon Dive Bomb stole his name.
Because he liked it better.
That was a comic thing. I know we didn't. I know we said we wouldn't discuss certain canon, but I had to throw that little bit of story out because that's just a wonderful little story.
For the viewers, they might not know the comic because it was a UK exclusive. It wasn't in the American comics. It was for us because it ran off the first annual.
Well, I didn't know that. I just read the comics and thought, that's it, I'll do, mate.
Sorry,
I like the stories.
It ran off the second annual where Optimus Prime was in charge of the flying brigade on Cybertron, the Autobot flying brigade. And he was the flyer.
So you're recommending that anybody that's listening to us now go out, get all the G1 comics, whether it's digital or real?
Well, if they can get UK around, it's somewhere around about issue 136 of the UK comic because it was a 2-story arc on there, and they can find the annual story downloads. I recommend to read it because it's a good story.
If I'm not mistaken, Simon probably has those on his Facebook page.
Well, I know Simon.
S Transformers. There was a link. If the viewers and listeners go back to the previous podcast we did, there's a link there, and they can get access to all the original comics.
Yeah.
Give them a read. It's well worth it.
Our gift to you.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
I know. We're kind.
Let's talk about big toys now. Come on.
Yeah, big toys.
Let's move on to Abominus and Computron.
Right, let's talk about Abominus, because I never saw what Abominus looked like in G1. I loved the look of him, to be honest, because I just like anything that's animal related. So
it's not really animal related, is it? It's sort of mythological related, if I may.
Well, mythological creatures are still animals.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it must be.
A golem is made of stone. How is that an animal?
What's made of stone? I missed that.
Golem.
Oh, a golem.
That's a mythological animal as such, as you put it, but it's not an animal. It's not carbon based.
Oh.
Sorry, just getting pedantic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trying to think. Who are the members of Abominus we have? Hunger, Whippersnapper, Blot, Sinatwin, and Cutthroat. Those are some sick names. Those are some awesome.
Was hated by the rest of them because he smelt. He's like one of those fans at AA. You know, the ones that don't use deodorant.
Oh no, don't tell me I'm going to witness that there, am I? It's not you, is it?
Not going to be me. I actually use deodorant. Thank you very much. I'm a very clean animal. I lie here and I lick my own balls.
Oh, right, okay.
Pee up lampposts.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, it's Roger.
Let's get on with the conversation because I've got to go out in a bit and pee up a lamppost.
Oh, okay, I do apologise. So I need to shit in someone's garden in a minute as well.
Abominus is supposed to have been the strongest of the combiners. Abominus's grip is unbreakable, apparently.
Predaking wings. Predaking wins.
But yeah, Predaking still wins to me. But Abominus still looks great though. I'm trying to. What were his animal forms they had? What was Hunger? Let's have a look at Hunger.
Headed dragon.
A two-headed
double-headed dragon.
Ooh.
Sinatwin was a twin-headed cat-type creature.
That's right.
Blot was a
creature out the swamp.
A blobby block of
lob
off.
A Cutthroat was just a flying bird thing.
Yeah, it was. He was basically a flying bird. And who was the last one?
Whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper, yeah.
He's a bit like Blot, really, one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a sort of shark that was standing upright.
Well, a land shark, basically.
Yeah. But it worked.
And they looked good, yes. Because they were unusual, they were different. And believe it or not, I would say that the body, Hunger, had the most articulation out of any of the G1 toys ever.
It's a great toy, it really is, yeah.
So much articulation in those neck joints, stroke leg joints. Then he had an opposite number, didn't he? Abominus.
Yep.
Tron.
He did. He had a adversary to face. And who is this adversary?
I just said Copytron, so I think it might be Commodore 64. That was it. Yeah, remember him? Yeah, he combined into a 64-bit turnip. Yeah, brilliant toy.
Oh my God!
Only problem with the Commodore 64 though, when he faced a bombless, was he couldn't get out of your house. He had to be stuck to a plug all the time. So unless you had,
and every time that he wanted to download new information and tactics, it took 6 months, and then had to start again because the internet had just gone.
Guys,
hadn't been made yet.
at this point, I have to a reminder back to Adam Hebbard, where he suddenly disappeared in a podcast. I apologise profusely, but I need to go for a piss, so I'll be back in a minute.
Oh no, Roger!
Really?
Oh, Roger!
How rude!
How very rude! We'll go on without him. Fuck him. Fuck Roger. Right. Let's just talk about Copytron. So who we got? We got Scattershot, Afterburner, Lightspeed, Nose Cone, and Strafe. Now those are some cool names.
Strafe.
Nose Cone.
Strafe. Let's go to Strafe. Strafe is a Cybertronian type fighter jet. Not a twin-headed lean dinosaur.
Yeah, not a twin-headed pteranodon. Yeah, I know. Oh. Which one was Nose Cone the drill tank?
Yes.
It's such an odd name.
Scattershot, if I'm not mistaken, was the body who had a very unique transformation.
I don't know what the transformation is.
A lot of giggles to a lot of young boys.
Right.
Has a rather large weapon. If you mistransform it slightly, he has a rather large weapon. If you activate its little gimmick, had a rather interesting gimmick.
I would not know this.
Roger will tell you all about that, won't you, Roger? Gimmick from Scattershot, yes.
Oh, we got back from the loop quick.
Awesome toy. It's like a weird high-tech aeroplane, cross tank, cross robot, and the actual cannon on him. You press the button and it flicked open like some sort of radar dish into a great big laser thing.
If you mistransformed it and had it between his legs and did exactly that, it looked very rude.
Giant dong.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
I had hours of fun just taking the piss without I did.
Oh, God.
But I'm strange like that, you know.
Oh, Scattershot looks like he can do a stiffy mode. Play with it.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Galvatron's got a friend. You remember the D1 Galvatron, what it could do, Marcus?
Yes, and Megatron having a trigger there. If you really want to take the piss, Maximus with his little windy thing. Yeah. Oh, poor Maximus with the little one. Makes up for it with them big dual cannons there, doesn't he? Oh. RC loves him.
Always compensating for something, isn't he?
RC probably loves them all.
Oh, God. Oh, so then. Some rather lovely G1 combiners, yes, but we've got one left. Who is the last one?
Oh, yes, a very interesting one.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Created by the creatures known as the Seacons, we have Piranacon. Who is Piranacon made of? We have Tentakill, Snaptrap, Scalor, Seawing, Overbite, and Nautilator. Okay, Nautilator is a sick name, I've got to admit. That's cool. I like that.
Overbite or Jawbreaker?
That's just what I was going to say, yeah.
And I knew Roger was going to say that because he was going, oh no! Because there's two names, it all depends on what original country you're from.
I think most people Jawbreaker because they love that name. It was an awesome name, Jawbreaker. They shouldn't have changed it for UK release.
Does anybody notice something strange about this Scramble City Combiner we've just described?
Yes, this guy has 6, not 5.
That's right.
We're probably going to get a bit of stick for saying this, but it sort of has a target master mode for each of the limbs.
That's right, yeah. One of them could become the gun.
All of them can become guns. They have gun modes.
Yeah.
Swap and change and have different guns and all sorts.
Except Snaptrap, because that wouldn't work.
Nice. Not a limb, is he? He didn't have a base mode.
No, he
Not
didn't.
An official one. And they all came with stands for the limbs, so they could be put into their so-called fish modes and stood up, which looked quite nice.
Yeah.
I still think it's one of the better combiners.
It is, yeah.
It does
It was a great combiner.
I was going to say, what did all of his members turn into? That's the thing. What do they all turn into?
Sea creatures.
Well, obviously, yeah, but what kind of ones? Which one was Nautilator? What did he turn into?
He was like a fish with claws, wasn't he?
It's a bit odd.
Ooh. At this point, Marcus shows a picture of
a little bit of reference here for you, sir.
On screen.
Oh, I wish people could see.
I was going to say, yeah, it would help if people could actually see that.
Yeah, but come on, everybody could pick one of these up quite cheap. A lot of shops were selling them off as cheap as possible as a box set.
Wouldn't you say, Marcus? I said Nautilator was a fish with claws.
Yes.
Sea-wing was like a ray.
Ray, yes.
Obviously, Jawbreaker Overbite was a shark.
Definitely a shark.
Tentacle was an octopus or squid or something.
Yeah, a squidopus.
Squidopus. Snaptrap was, well...
A snapping turtle?
Yeah, along those lines, yeah. Sea turtle, sea tortoise, whatever you want to call it. And the other one, who escapes me now?
Scalor?
Scalor. What would you say he was, Marcus?
He doesn't even know. He's got to pick it up.
He was a lobster crustacean.
Was it? What, a lobster, was he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sea scorpion, if you want to get primitive.
Yeah.
Ah.
But, absolutely a great team, and they did get quite a few episodes in the G1 comic towards the end.
Do you think there should be an honourable mention to a certain very, very interesting combiner that came just towards the end of G1? Around the era of the Pretenders.
Monstructor?
Indeed.
Very strange Pretender, 'cause that's another 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Matt, have you got the names for us?
The names are, according to my source, so I'm just reading these out to be honest. Icepick, Birdbrain, Bristleback, Scowl, Slog, and Wildfly.
Strange.
Why can't they have names like Bob, George, Fred, Wilma, stuff like that?
Because that's boring. You can't have names like that.
About it, Megatron says, Monstructor, disassemble, Bob, Alan, George, Fred. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
God.
But yeah, all with Pretender shells in individual modes.
So by rights, he could merge as one big robot, and the Pretender shells could act autonomously.
Yeah, they should be, because that was part of G1's protocol, wasn't it? Where they could work individual with the shells.
Yes, they can. So if that's the case, there would have been 6 individual soldiers and a big beefy motherfucker.
Yeah, because it's generally thought of that I know the toy wasn't like it, but it was generally thought of as Monstructor was the biggest combiner, isn't it?
That's quite a small thing, isn't it? It's quite small.
That's right. They're all like a G1 limb size, G1 combiner limb size, really.
Yeah. So that brings us to the next part of this phase. You said they were small. Wouldn't you like to see them larger, more modern?
Yeah.
In fact, wouldn't you like to see all of these lovely combiners that we've known and loved given a bit of maybe third-party treatment, brought up to date, made big, bold, and fucking fantastic on your shelf?
Some third-party love. Some third-party love.
Let's talk about third-party love and the relation it has to the original G1 toys.
All right, then. Let's start off. Let's start off with the one that kicked the entire idea and just kicked it all off. Let's start off with TFC Toys, Hercules. Their take on...
Green?
Yeah, their take on Devastator. Well, Marcus here has 3 of the buggers, so I think he's the best one to talk about this guy. So, Marcus, go ahead.
I haven't got Perseus yet, but I'm going to get it.
Oh, for God's sake. For people who don't know, Perseus is the repaint of Hercules.
Well, let's be honest, there is 2, isn't there? You've got TFC's Hercules, which personally is an amazing toy. It's big, it's robust, it's chunky, and it's clumsy. It's starting to show its age. It can do the splits on a very shiny surface. It can be a bit loose at times. And then it's got its rival, which is Giant by Macatoys, which also is another amazing toy, whether it's the G2 yellow colours or the green box set. Both of them, I would say, are equal value. Absolutely fantastic to the individual. So if you prefer something more of a classics line, then I'd say Macatoys. And if you want something big and fucking in your face and chunky, I'd say TFC Hercules.
I'd agree with you there, Marcus. I completely agree. You have the Hercules. I have the Giant figure.
So
I was honoured enough to own the Giant figure, mate, so I can give a personal record of that being quite a nice figure.
It is.
So
I love my Giant.
Question?
Go on.
My question is to you both, and I'll start with Marcus first for Hercules, because he came out before Giant. Marcus, would you say the individual bot modes are a good update to the original figures?
Yes, and yes. Absolutely. They are great fun, great posability, and a great rendition and honourable nod towards G1 toys.
And what about you, Matt, for Giant?
I never had the original Devastator, but I know what it looked like. And I will say,
Right.
I do believe Giant is a great rendition of what current toy engineering is. It really updates the character as well, and I really love him. I mean, like, Devastator mode looks fantastic. The individual modes, the construction vehicles look great. They actually look like construction vehicles to me. The robot modes are... It's hard to say the robot modes. The robot modes almost feel like they're completely different to what Devastator looked like in G1 and what the toys originally look almost completely different. And it didn't help that the size factor was a bit off in a lot of areas. I mean, somehow...
I had to forget about that and just state that, do they look nice?
Oh,
Let's get generic about it. Do they look good?
Oh, they look fantastic. I've loved.
I'll agree there, mate.
I love these guys since they first announced them from Marco Toys. I thought myself, I would like that, but I was like, oh, I would like Hercules as well. But then in the end, Giant's the one that did it for me, because Giant feels like it has more detail, whilst I feel Hercules is a little bit plain in a couple of areas.
Hercules has got a lot of fun factor and playability, whereas I think that Giant's more aesthetically pleasing.
I do admit there, yes, because when you say Hercules is more fun, Giant, on the other hand, when it comes to transforming, in some areas is a pain in the absolute arse. It really is.
Yes,
and it doesn't help that the instructions for Muppet Toys are absolute garbage for this toy.
YouTube videos!
Yeah, you got to literally YouTube the damn thing, or otherwise you're going to look at the instructions and go...
To see if somebody else has broke theirs first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Don't make the same mistake.
Exactly. Oh, dear me. So, yeah, we've had a rather lovely Devastator update. So, what about the next one? Let's go to Bruticus. We have two.
No. You forget there was another one released before Bruticus has come out.
Oh, really? Who was before him?
Uranus.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, he's Uranus.
All right, then. So,
Technically, Bruticus could have been before Hercules and Giant, because there was the update for the Energon set.
all right, yeah, you do make a fair point.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that, are we? Because that's an update set. That's an add-on kit.
But if we're going G1 updated wise as the start of this conversation, then yeah, we'll go on to Bruticus. Yeah.
All right,
We're going for actual toys that have been made by a specific party. That's not an add-on. There's actually the actual toys themselves.
All right, if that's the case, we could just give Bruticus a couple of minutes then, because I still feel that even with the add-on kit on it, it looks beautiful.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Thank you very much. Fans Toys, Fans Project, I mean,
Yeah,
brilliant.
exactly. Here you go, Roger. You can give us a couple of words on that. What do you think?
I've never owned it, but it really does. The Fans Project version really does look nice, but
Oh,
there are new guys on the scene who have caused a bit of a stir in the media, but we won't go on to that. And they're called Warbatron,
yes.
and they're Bruticus figures. The individual bots are huge, really nice engineering, really nice bot modes, really nice alt modes. I can't wait to see their Bruticus in the flesh when I've got it in my hand. You know what I mean? Because
fully combined, looking at you, staring at you, and making you wet yourself.
Because I know it's going to look like the G1, a little bit updated, and that is my cup of tea. Not like the Energon one, because that does really look like an update, doesn't it? And not quite the G1, but this one still looks like G1. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about G1, because have you seen what their robot modes and vehicle modes look like? To me, they don't really look like almost anything like the cartoon.
We're not referring to the cartoon or the comics. They're going to look like toys.
Right,
and I think Warbatron have done a really good rendition of making a shuttle look like the shuttle.
Oh, that's what I'm going to say.
Heavy Noise, the tank, is looking like a flipping tank.
Exactly, that's what I will say that they've done a very good job on. Their vehicle modes look realistic. Like, really do. They look fantastic. Like, the vehicle modes look great.
And I have to say that the quality is there in the airburst stroke blast off. It's really nice, smooth quality. The only thing for me is I would like some ratcheting joints, but that's just because I'm an old G1 fan.
So, right,
to me, ratcheting joints is the pinnacle.
All right, Roger, you got a quick question. You've got airburst. When have you transformed them into arm mode yet?
No, I haven't, but it's not. It would be hard to do. I can see how you can do it. It's a straightforward toy. The transformation, a novice could do it, I reckon. But it's still got a tiny bit of technicality to it, you know, but not over the top. It's fun. It's good. It looks like it should look for a toy in our area.
Are you happy with the toy? And have you seen the prototype images of it fully combined?
Yes.
And Onslaught with Brawl on the back and the shuttle and everything all put together, looking really nice as a set of vehicles.
Yeah, it does.
You buy two of them.
If I could afford it, I reckon I would. But as I can't afford it myself, I shall be happy with just to have one set.
I want three. I love Bruticus.
Oh dear.
At this point, it is reminded to you a point that was said earlier about Marcus having 3 Hercules, that bastard.
Yeah, but there's reasons for that.
It's called big.
Yes, I know.
No, there's reasons for wanting 3 Warbatrons too.
It's for his kids.
I know.
And they represent the gestation period of my children.
I know, mate. We know. Well, the viewers don't, but until
it's very special. And plus, I can have one in Bruticus mode, one in vehicle mode, and one in roboty mode.
Yes.
Fun factor. It's fun.
I don't think there's any other versions of Bruticus coming out because I think I'm not sure if Warbatron and TFC are the same. The rumor is they are. So TFC could still do one under the TFC name, but for me, I will be very happy with Warbatron personally.
One thing I must say about this Bruticus is his size. He makes TFC's Hercules look like a child. It's absolutely enormous.
This is the new standard. I'm hoping that I know the next one we talk about should be Superion's upgrade from the G1 to the third-party rendition. But I'm hoping you're going to say, well, we won't do Superion yet, and we'll go on to Menasor and have a chat about him.
Can I ask a favour? Superion, shit, burned it with fire, hated it.
Moving on.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yep, exactly. Menasor, what about Menasor?
Fans Project Menasor, the same compliment from Marcus just give about burning it with fire. Moving on from that from me, because the only thing I like about it is the fucking great sword.
Yeah, exactly. So, same here. Alright, the only decent thing you can really say is you could tell they copied the look of him from the Dreamwave comics. That's my idea, really. Yeah. So
people do like it. I mean, if they're happy with it, that's fine. It's not right for me. I don't know if it's right for you two, but
I may say politely, these are our own personal views, and they're not reflection on anybody else.
I mean, I think
our own personal views.
As soon as I got a car crash and I transformed it for the very first time, and his car door literally just snapped off, and I was like, "Wow!"
Wait,
yeah,
what was the name of it again?
Car crash.
Shouldn't that give it away straight away? I mean, come on, it's like buying a toy and it's called Retarded Spastic, and you think, what?
But then again,
and don't tell me that now hasn't been used by Hasbro, the second part.
Yeah.
Used the first part in the medical term. But it's like having a toy that's named in such a derogatory way, it's giving you a hint that it's not very good.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, well, but
I'm looking forward to Fans Project's new toy coming out. It's called Piece of Shit.
AKA the
£700, right? That's what, about $16 million, right? For it's about what, an inch high? It's a combiner, and there's two of them. Brilliant.
It looks genius. So I think it's toy of the year.
On the Menasor scene, though,
Warbotron have got one.
Warbotron are doing another one, and
is the rumour that TFC are doing a Menasor?
It could be.
Oh, this one's
the Warbotron one, to me, I really hope they nail it, but the silhouetted picture looks like the Fans Project Menasor to me. I hope to God it's not like that. You know, it's like I said before, nothing against Fans Project, but their Menasor just is not my cup of tea.
The one thing I will say about the Fans Project Menasor that I did kind of find quite nice is the shin guards, using the cars as shin guards. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's sarcasm, by the way, in case anybody didn't understand.
I think the main reason why I didn't like it was how much they were asking for these toys, and the size and quality of them were for their prices. I thought was disgusting. It was unbelievably bad. I was like, no, and no.
It's strange because I like the Motormaster, yeah, without all the back stuff on it in just Motormaster mode, in Motormaster Robot mode, without all the back bits and whatnot.
Without the junk in the trunk.
It really did look like Motormaster out of the cartoon. And just having it like that, without the rest of them, would work for me.
And it's got a nice box.
It's got a nice box, yeah.
All of them have got a nice box. Most of it's bloody purple.
Motormaster does look really nice in vehicle mode.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due, and the cars look nice in vehicle mode, but as long as you don't touch them, go near them, buy them, or anything like that, you'll be alright.
Yeah, you're fine.
Car crash, that's it. That's what I have to say.
Alright, no, we're rambling. We can't ramble about the crap Fans Project Menasor. Right, what's next? We've got... let's have a look. Well, put it this way, it's popular enough to see 3 companies do the bloody thing. Predator King. Right then, first...
Never heard of it. What's that toy? Never heard of it.
Right, first company to take him on with releasing it first. Unique Toys. Their, I believe, was their very first...
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Basically, we need to talk to Roger because he owns it. Sorry for insulting you there, Roger.
We've got to let Roger say something. Roger has this.
Right. A very G1-like toy.
Well, that's enough of that, Roger. Okay, let's go on to the next.
Let's move on. No, we won't do that. We don't do that.
Sorry, mate, go on.
No, go on.
Upgraded G1 with more movement and everything. But that's not why it's being bought, is it? It's been bought for that fuck-off Predator King mode, which looks a fucking dog's bollocks in that mode. But apart from that, a lot of criticism from a lot of people, but I like it.
I like the claws, and the wings. My God, have you seen them fuck-off wings and sword?
Yeah.
The wings, yeah. You get the box. The box is huge. The wings take up the full height of the box.
I know, I've said, but they're replacement wings, aren't they?
That's right, because
so it's parts forming.
They can still fix on there.
Still looks okay. I'll admit there. As much as I generally don't like it, wouldn't go out and actually buy one at full price. But if one popped up cheap, I would consider it.
And they do.
Only because I'm a big fan of Predaking.
Alright. So,
Shall we,
Still, the company's making Predaking. Is that correct?
there's two others. We have Mastermind Creations.
Oh, gosh.
At this point, we refer back to our other podcast.
Yeah, where we just completely just...
At this point, you get a free box of tissues. Gosh.
And...
all orifices.
And wipe the seats that are wet under us.
Yep, very much. And TFC. So we'll talk about Mastermind Creations, of course, but we won't go into too much detail. We have a podcast going on about that, so we can't talk about Mastermind Creations 1 for too long. So then, right, Mastermind Creations, love the aesthetic for each one. For the ones released so far, bot mode's fantastic, animal mode's fantastic, great build quality, fun factor is there, they're simple, and the size of them so far, just huge, great value for money. Just, you're not going to go wrong with these guys. To me, they are the definitive Predaking. So that is my take on what we've got so far. Then upcoming, still look great. They're out soon. Talon's supposed to be between June and July, and then Tigris is supposed to be between around August, September time. So
and Felisaber.
I'm not sure when Felisaber is, but probably towards the end of the year, maybe November or December. That we got Predaqueen, which is teased. Don't know if it's even actually in the works or not, but that will be sometime in 2015. So that's my take. Marcus, what's your take on it?
Oh yeah, enough said.
Okay, very well. Go on, Roger.
Well, I would say they were bloody awesome. Nearly masterpiece quality with the fun factor as well, like Matt said, because they are something else. If you're going to buy a third party toy, then that's the one I'd recommend.
You've got to get these guys. As soon as you get them in hand, you're like, oh my god, you're just beautiful.
Razor Claw is so much fun.
Oh yeah.
When you were on to me for ages to open it, and when I did, I was so pleased.
Yeah.
Any toys you can give a 10 out of 10 to, but that's a toy I'd give a 10 out of 10 to.
Oh yeah.
I'm a miserable git.
I said 9.5, didn't I?
Yeah, I know, because you're a boring bastard. How dare you?
Well, I'll increase it to 9.6.
Really?
Yeah.
How generous of you.
How generous, yes. 9.6. It's something. We'll get you to 9.7 for sure.
And something that we're not sure about is TFC, because not one of us here own any of the TFC Predaking.
No. I've already decided on Mastermind Creations. The TFC one to me looks weird. I don't know what to really think of it. Robot modes to me look crap. I hate the look of their robot modes, and each and every one of them that they've shown pictures of, the robot modes look horrid. Animal modes, for their take on Razor Claw, lion mode for him doesn't look too bad. I think it looks okay. But for the animal modes of the other guys that they've shown off, wow, what a piece of crap. They look so bad. Take a look at their version of Tantrum and Headstrong, and I need a sick bucket thinking about them. They look disgusting. They look so horrid. No, just not for me. Not for me entirely. Love MMC's one more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm completely different to you. I've looked at them again. I said no straight off like you did the first time, and I've looked at them again and thought, well, this is their take on them, and I thought they're not too bad. I've been like, oh, maybe I should have picked them up just to have their version as well. Which I know everybody will be thinking, what the fuck? What are you on about, Roger? But I quite like them. I'm sorry, I like the Predaking modes. So I might be the odd one out here, but I don't think they're too bad. They're not MMC's quality. We're spoilt there because MMC's is another world. But I still quite like them.
Well, I'd like to say this. I don't think TFC's is all that bad. But like Roger said earlier, you buy a combiner for its combined mode, like Unique Toys version. TFC's would be the same. But with MMC's, I don't mind having them in robot mode, alt mode, or combined. They tick the boxes. TFC would have to be combined mode. unique toys would have to be left in the box and put somewhere that people wouldn't see, so I didn't embarrass myself.
I think if you had the UT ones, you'd have them in combined mode.
Right, okay. There's something I've got to say here. You say you'd buy a combiner toy for its just for combiner mode. I wouldn't. To me, I wouldn't do that. That's why I've only got like 1.5 combiners at the moment, because I want to get a combiner where I know that the individual modes are going to be great on their own way, in their own way. Because to me, forking out so much money for just its combined mode, I'd rather wait for a company to just release the combined mode as just a fixed posed figure that didn't disconnect, and it'll be cheaper.
Basically a statue.
Yeah, or either a statue or a posable figure that's of the combined. Why not do that? If someone's like, oh, I really like this Predaking, I just want to get Predaking, I just want to get it all for it just for its combined mode.
Okay, just to surmise then, Matt.
Why not pay out so much in getting all these...
If you had a choice between
not enjoying them individually.
Unique Toys version and TFC, and MMC never even came on the market with theirs, which one would you choose?
I actually wouldn't get one. I honestly wouldn't. If those were the design aesthetics available for Predaking, I wouldn't go for them. I honestly wouldn't. I looked at them, they don't appeal to me. I mean, Unique Toys ones basically look like updated G1, as Roger's mentioned. But from what I
versions aren't there as well, Roger?
Pardon?
They're smaller than the G1 toys, aren't they?
Nah, they're about the same size.
I think they're rough.
Even by mass.
The by mass, they're probably a little bit less weight because my G1 ones are made of metal, so they are probably a little bit less weight. But I'm going to say that the Shark Claw Unique Toys Razor Claw is bigger than G1 Razor Claw. You've seen the box, Marcus. You can tell it's bigger.
May I revise the comments I made about all the Predakings that's been released? I'd own all of them if I could afford it, because I like Predaking.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
It's Marcus. He has 3 versions of Devastator. Why not have 3 different versions of Predaking?
Mate, I have a complete collection nearly, except for a few very rare ones that are hard to get, of Soundwaves. Some of them are that shit I wouldn't wipe my arse with. But because it's part of one of my loves, one of my special collections, I will get them. And that's how it works. And I'm sure there's a few people out there that have certain collections, whether it's Primes or Star Screams, etc., that do the same. They will buy the shit with the good as well because they want a complete collection. I'm a completist, and that's me.
Alright, let's move on past Predaking. We haven't actually seen a third-party take yet of Piranacon, Abominus, of these two yet. But we've seen pictures of a Defensor, but it's from a company which, to me, this toy doesn't look that good.
CFC's Defensor. Prometheus, I do believe it is, and I know that I've got a gumball on the way, and I know that Roger has a gumball, and I know that I like it so far.
Oh, I'm getting confused with Starcat's one. I do apologise.
Oh, Starcat's is irrelevant.
I do apologise.
The rescue teams.
The TFC one, the first picture they showed off of the one called Gumball, I thought looked horrid. So I was like, no, I'm not. I'm happy with not paying any money for that. But Computron, on the other hand, from Market Toys, their take on it, wow. Good lord, yes. I want that so badly. It's got a freaking bow and arrow. It's got a bow and arrow, for Christ's sake. A massive one like that. You can just pose it with this massive bow and arrow. It looks so
Because it's made by Maca Toys, it would stand very well with somebody's fans project Bruticus. It would be brilliant with Giant. It'd stand well in those sort of lines.
It will. It will.
But for the bigger versions of the toys that are out there, like for myself personally, Hercules, MMC's Predaking, etc., it doesn't stand well against them. So I think
it's smaller.
Quantron, that might be a pass for me.
Oh, it's a shame, but he does look great. Quantron in all 5 of the individual modes, in vehicle and robot modes, look wonderful to me. So
I mean, that's not the major reason I won't get it, though, Matt.
Oh, I know.
The one major reason I won't get it is because, one, it's probably being sold as a box set, and I can't afford an outlay of that much.
Mm.
And two, I've got no room.
Well, I will say now, ever since Mako Toys announced they were going to do a Computron, I've been steadily gathering a little bit of money each month, putting aside, and thanks to selling some figures, I actually have the money sitting in my PayPal bank as we speak, ready to buy this thing. As soon as pre-orders go up, I'm...
Oh, that's really nice, yeah, but I know I don't want one, but if you want to buy me one, I don't mind.
No, I won't.
If you want to get Roger one, that's up to you.
Cheeky bastards. But I will say now, for the last two guys of Abominus and Piranacon, I would love to see a third-party company do those. For me, for me, I think Mastermind Creations will be a great idea to do one of these. Doesn't matter which one, because I think they'll do a great job on whoever they do. Because I know this is their first combiner of Feral Rex, aka Predaking, but this combiner is so great to me that they're doing so well with. Feels like, oh wow, that you could do really well with. But then again, we got the issue of it may be the same route as Perfect Effect Warden. What if it's their one-hit wonder? And they can't raise the bar from there or make it equal, like, you know.
But didn't TFC have a similar thing? A one-hit wonder. Hercules was pretty good.
Yeah,
Uranus.
There, yeah. Everything since TFC's take on Hercules, TFC's take on Devastator, called Hercules, has been not good to me. Just hasn't looked very nice.
But Gumball's looking bloody good so far.
I think
so. Maybe this might be their saving grace.
To me, the problem with TFC is quality control each and every time.
Right, I'm just gonna jump in now on the TFC Prometheus. I've got Gumball, yeah. I wasn't going to get him, yeah. And a friend of mine had a chat to me, told me he was better than Uranus, and he said to me, Roger, you should get this, he said, because the people that miss out on it are going to be kicking themselves up the ass. So I was just like, well, what do you think? He said to me in these words, he said, well, if Gumball's the worst of them, then it's going to be a pretty good fucking combiner. And I've seen pictures of their hotspot, which have been going around these last couple of days. He looks absolutely menacing.
I do admit, that hotspot looks lovely. It really does.
And
Warning line, that's groove.
Yeah.
I like the alt mode. Robot mode, bit meh, but the vehicle mode, oh my god. I love unicycles.
But I think, Marcus, that bot mode, I think if you paint that chest, if they release it the way it is, and you paint it silver or gold, you've got a really good groove then.
There's always retro labels, mate.
Yes, there is, yeah.
To destroy the toy.
Retro labels are going to make Gumball. A little bit more detail on him, and he'll look brilliant. He's got a brilliant head sculpt. It really is nice. You've got to have it to see it, and the quality is good there.
Well, I hate to rain on your parade, but think of it this way: when a company release a toy that costs that much, you shouldn't have to buy retro labels or stick a marker pen or add your own detail with a paintbrush.
I completely agree. I completely agree with that.
You should have a decent quality box for displaying it, an excellent instruction manual, a collector's card as standard, the ability to put it in and out of the box on display without having to fucking undo ties and bullshit like that. Maybe a clamshell inside the box. Presentation's got to be good. Maybe a small comic book to give you a story behind it, to give you that imagination. The toy should be well constructed and fun.
Now, this is where I'm going to say to you that buying Mastermind Creations products has set the bar so bloody high that no one's going to be doing this.
I'm going to refer to what Roger said. I've been spoiled by third party and Masterpiece. I've become a fucking snub.
You have. You dirty.
I'm a seeker, Masterpiece seeker slut.
You certainly are, dirty boy.
Spank my bottom with a TFC Hercules.
I bloody well will.
Ooh, wait till I.
Oh. Which I'll use someone else's so yours don't get damaged. Oh dear. Now, something I must say here, lads. It's time for us to go. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I wanted to say the word bum one more time.
Go ahead.
Or Hercules, and it's green.
You did say bum just a moment ago.
Exactly.
Any special shout outs for tonight then?
I'd like to give a shout out to Jimmy Blanco, who is my brother of a seeker slut like me. Yeah!
Ninja man
Yes, the ninja
of nakedness.
What about
nakedness.
the unsung hero? Do we mention him in this, or shall we just leave him? Do we have our special thanks to?
Thank you for being involved.
Dennis can fuck off.
Oh, okay. I just said something really nice there, and you just went, Dennis, fuck off. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Oh, good lord.
Yay!
Oh, not again. Not again.
I'd like to give one big shout out, a very special one, to Roger Olver and Matt Doby for being absolutely fantastic guests on my show because I'm so fucking awesome.
What?
Taken from an extract of the cowl point of view.
I'd like to thank our regular listeners because I know we've got a few now.
We do. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, thanks, Simon.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Yeah.
Thank you, Simon. And, thanks, Mum. Thanks for listening. Oh dear. But thank you very much for listening to us ramble on about.
I hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Special thanks to LMC for their Predator King.
Yeah, mate. We'll give us a little spoiler for our next toy talk. Our next toy talk will be about the Age of Extinction toy line. Is it any good? Find out next. Probably within the next. Normally our toy ones are about a month apart, so in a month's time.
Or sooner, depending.
Yeah, if we can get a guest. If we can't, then hop in.
That'll be the shortest show ever. Like, are the new Dinobots any good? No. End of.
Yes, they are. You can bugger off. They are nice toys.
We might chat about the film as well, won't it?
Well, when the film comes out, we will.
That'll be like 6-hour podcast of us moaning about how shit it was, even though we probably enjoyed it secretly and didn't want to admit it.
Do you know what we'll probably be? We'll get to the point, oh, what were the Dinobots like in the movie? Yeah, they were great. Michael Bay killed them off for 5 minutes. Shit. So tells you that will.
They're not Dinobots, they're not dragons, they shouldn't be doing. That's not Grimlock, don't do that. He doesn't look like that. That's all it'll be.
Yeah.
That's not Optimus Prime, it's not his colours.
But I don't care.
Yes.
Optimus Prime looks like a knight. He looks cool. I'm sorry. I actually like.
I don't care if it's in the daytime, mate, it's shit.
The design in the movie looks really nice. I'm sorry. I think it looks quite cool.
Yeah, and I bet Mary Poppins is a co-star as well. Thank you very much.
She is actually. She comes down and a spoonful of sugar helps the Decepticons bugger off. So
Does it?
It certainly helped all the fans that don't like the movie toys.
Oh yeah.
There is a fan or two out there, well, one person out there that likes movie toys, isn't there?
Yeah,
There is.
Yeah, it's me talking about the fucking Dinobots.
No. No, there is one guy who only collects movie toys on one of the Facebook groups I've noticed, and he only likes the movie toys, which is very strange.
Is he on Hoss?
Really?
No, he's not
I
on
didn't
Hot.
know that the NHS gave out lobotomies free now.
So if
Yeah,
he's on Hoss,
yeah,
keep him.
He
I'm
only
only joking, guys, seriously.
If you like
Movie toys are for those that like them, and if you like them, you like them. It's as simple as that. Everybody likes something.
Exactly.
and everybody doesn't
Shoot.
like something.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose we best say au revoir, hasta la vista, and bye-bye, das vidania, and all them other really foreign words I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about.
Uranus,
Yeah, we'll just
Uranage.
we'll just say that.
who we said a lot about.
Who were we saying? What?
What?
We said a lot about Uranus, didn't we?